Hey you all, I'm also hi to fellow dressmakers. You're welcome to another interesting tutorial. My name is Confidence. In this video, I'll be showing you how to cut and sew this illusion neckline dress. Yes, I'll be showing you the easiest way to go about your illusion necklines. And this is going to be super detailed. If that is what you want to learn, kindly watch this video to the very end and let's get right into it.
Hello, you don't even know my name, but I am happy you came by.
So you will need a base for your illusion neckline, either the armhole princess bustier or shoulder princess bustier, any kind of bustier that you want. But I'm going for armhole princess bustier, which I already drafted out, even though it's not complete. So we'll just get the back pattern out of the way so that we focus more on the front. For the neck width, I want to use 4.5 for the neck width, and then for the neck depth, I'm going for just a small V, minimal V neckline, and I'm doing 7 inches as the depth, 4.5 for the width, and then 7 inches for the depth. Then I'm going to give it this V shape like this. Next, I'll determine where I want the illusion to be, and I think I'll just leave it on the armhole part. So for the armhole, I have 9.25, and then on this center back, I'll be doing 10.25. That's like adding 1 inch to what I have from the armhole, and then I will give it this shape. Just connect it this way, and that's it. So the upper part will be lace, and then the down part is where the lining will be. I'll follow the shape I have on the center back and add my zipper allowance of 1 inch, and that's it. I'll just go ahead and cut it out like this. So why after cutting it out, I will know that I'll use this one to cut out on the lace fabric as a whole, this whole pattern. Then after that, I will cut out on the black marker that I have. Then that would be the lining. I'll show you all the process, don't worry. Then for the front, I'll for the neck depth, for the illusion neck depth, I'll be doing 9.5. I think I ended up using 8.5 or 9 inches. Then I'm going to get the over bust, which I'm going up 3.5 from the bust point. 3.5 from the bust point, or you simply go up 1.5 from your armhole line. That's the chest line. Then I'm going to connect this, give it a sweeter shape from the neck depth to the shoulder dart like this. Then I'm simply going to blend this other part to the armhole just like this. It's as simple as that. Go ahead and give it any shape you want. If it's round neckline that you want, go ahead and give it. If it's V, go ahead and give it any shape of neckline. You can also decide that the neckline will be going towards your mid armhole if that is what you want. Then for the neck width, I'll use 4.5. The main neckline is going to be 4.5 by 3.5. 4.5 for the width, 3.5 for the neck depth. This will be the main neckline, while the sweetheart will be the illusion neckline. Then I'll go ahead and cut it out on the waistline so that we do the armhole princess dart. I have a detailed tutorial on how to go about your armhole princess dart, the updated method, this particular method you're seeing here. Please kindly check that out. Then to complete the rest of the darts, I'm going to slash this dart, the waist dart, to the bust point this way. Then I'll come to the shoulder. You can slash any of this line that you see here, either this one or this one. So I'll slash it to the bust point too. Make sure you slash it in a way that it will allow you to close the dart, but do not cut it all out like I did there. That was a mistake on my part, even though it didn't affect anything. So I'll just make it rest on the other part of the dart this way. Make sure that the bust point line, that they are matching up just like this. Then I'll tape it down with my cello tape, and then I can be able to close the bust dart this way. The waist dart is still open, so you should be able to close any dart that you want to close. I will close it this way, tape it down with my cello tape, and then blend in the side seam line, because you can see that it's no longer smooth on that point. Then after all of this, I'll take my French curve and then place it the same way you see me doing it. Then I'm going to connect from the mid armhole to the bust point like this, and you can see the princess shape. Blend in the bust point area if it's too pointy. Then I'll also blend in the shoulder slope this way, and that's it. I'll go ahead and cut it out just the same way you see me doing it. Just cut out the main neckline. Do not cut the illusion neckline yet. The sweetheart neckline, do not cut it out yet. Just cut it the same way you see me doing it here, and then we proceed. So after cutting it out, ensure that you always cross check your pattern before you transfer to the fabric, like we always do on this channel. So I'll go ahead and cut all of this out on this lace fabric. I have about 3 yards of this for this gown. Then after that, I will now cut out the illusion neckline to use that to cut on the satin. But then for the back, I don't want to have a waist joining, so I'm going to cut out a skirt pattern, then tape it down, like join it to the half length, so I have a whole gown pattern. Okay, I'll rule out like 2 inches here because I want to cut the front and the back. I'll be adding zipper allowance. Then I'll start from the top and measure down to her hip line, 9.5, knee line 19, I think. Yeah, then I'll mark it on this other end just to have a straight line and roll it out. So now we have the waistline, hip line, knee line, and the length of the skirt. Even though it's not up to the length, I'll be adding to the fabric. I'll go in on the waistline by 1 inch from the center line that I drew, or zipper allowance. Then on the knee line, I'll be going in 0.75, and I'll take it down all the way to the length of the skirt. Like I said before, this is not the whole length, so whatever I have on the knee, I will extend it to the length of this paper, and that's basically to the length of the skirt, and then give it this curve. Use my French curve to curve it this way. From this new line, I'll take the waist measurement divided by 4 plus extra 2 inches allowance. I'll go to the hip and take her hip measurement divided by 4 plus extra 2 inches allowance. On the knee, I'll be using 40 inches for her knee, and I'll just mark 10 inches here and then 2 inches extra. Whatever I have on the knee, I will be taking it down. Then I'll use my French curve to connect these points like this. Even though I ended up not using the allowance that I have here, don't worry, you will see all of that later in this video. Now for the zipper allowance, I'll be adding 1 inch on the waistline, 1.25 on the hip line, and then 1 inch or less on the knee line down. So 1 inch on the waistline, 1.25 on the hip line, and then 1 inch down. Before now, I usually do 0.75 on the knee, but because I will be sewing the center back, that's why I did 1 inch. Plus we already contoured the knee line, so you're just going to follow her body shape. Then I'll connect it, and you see that it's just giving the same shape as the side of this skirt, like the side seam. So I connected the original measurements, and you see that it matches up with the upper part, that's the half length. I'll go ahead and cut it out now. Then I'll simply go ahead and tape it down, tape the two down, then I'll go ahead and cut it out on the fabric. So you see that it's matching up. So while taping it down, make sure you do not overlap the paper, or you see that you're shortening your measurement. That's the length, right? Just go ahead and tape it down the same way you see me do it. I don't think you can see it clearly, but I taped it down in a way that I did not overlap any of the two. I just like this. You can see the joining there, but it's not overlapping. And make sure the center back is going to the center back of the skirt. I hope you understand that. And then the side to the side. I still have my 16.5 half length, and then the length I'm working with is 47-48, so I'll be adding that to the fabric. So after transferring all the patterns to the fabric, this is what I have. I have the side front, I have 2 pieces of that, and then this is the center front. I usually cut out a 2 net to use it to turn the neckline for the center front, but then this is not the same color of the lace, so it's actually giving me another vibe. Even though I noticed that it's not like really dull on the camera, but while I was doing this, I noticed that it's really dull. But I usually use same color of lace, 2 net, to turn the neckline. That way it's neater. But since this is not the emerald green I'm using, is not the same color like the main color of the lace, it's not giving what it's supposed to give. Then I have the skirt for the front. Please remember to add your necessary allowance, like 2 inches extra 1 inch for the upper part and then the other 1 inch for the down, so that it will match up with the back. Then this is the back. I extended it on the fabric, the length on the fabric, like I said before, so that it will be up to the 48 inches I wanted. So I'll take the paper out, then I'll go ahead and cut out the illusion part of the neckline this way. Then I'll cut it out on this satin. I'm using I call this mirror face, okay, and I have about 1.5 of that. Then I'll cut out the front too this way, and also cut it out on the satin. But then the front is going to be double, like you cut the same with the same satin. Also going to cut the lining of it, just the upper part, the half length. I'm going for a low budget lace sewing. So I'm not doing double lining for this. It's just single, except the half length, which will be double. So these are all the pieces we need for this gown. We have the lace, the front, and then the back. And then yeah, we have the front. We're focusing on the front. I'm going to place the net on it, even though I told you I ended up not using it, but that's just how you do it. You first turn the neckline before you place the satin on it, and then stitch them together. Then for the padding, I'm using this foam. It's called foam sheets in the market, or foam padding. Just tell them foam padding and they'll give you this. Then I'll place the first layer of the lining on it this way. Then I'll place the side on the foam this way too, the other side on it this way, and stitch it down. But if you can, you can stitch down the with the lace. Now I will show you. After all of that, I will join the lining to just the same way I showed you now. And then, just like I was saying, if you can stitch this together. Just place the lace on it this way. I don't want to laminate anything. This lace is too transparent to laminate. The gum is likely to show if I want to do that. So after all of that, this is what I have. This is the lining, which I'll just go ahead and iron it out. Simple. And then this is this side. If you don't laminate, you can use your pin to help you, but this lace is not even hard to work with. It's not those slippery lace. Then for the neckline, after turning with that net, I just trimmed it off on the neckline area, because like I said before, it's really dull. Imagine having the net on it on the front, on the center front this way. It will be dull, and then you have the side front vibrant while the center is looking this way. It's not really nice. So after turning on the neckline, I just like did something like top stitch, and then I trimmed it off around the neckline, and it's actually nice because it makes the neckline relaxed so well. If I had seen the same color as the background of the lace, it would have been nice. This is not the first time I'm trying this. I usually do this, and it gives a neater finishing on the neckline. So I'm going to join the pad, match up the under bust, go ahead and notch the under bust, and then you match it up this way, and then go ahead and join it from the down to the up, or from the under bust to the top, and then you stitch the other part. Then you can decide to stitch all down, then afterward you lose some part of the lining if you want. I will get to that, but I'll just go ahead now and join the padding just like I did for the lining, and I'll come back and show you. And this is what I have after I was done with that. Can you see? I'm yet to iron it, but it's already coming out so well. And quickly we'll proceed to the next stage, which is turning the illusion neckline with the lining. Match up the midpoint this way, like the midpoint of the center front, and then you pin it down all around. When you get to the joining there, like I said before, losing your lining. If it's your first time, it will look like it's something serious, but it's actually the easiest thing to do. Just losing part of the lining, or when you get to that point, you use like 0 point. Whatever stitch you're going to do there is going to be on the joining. Like it's not even going to affect the main lace. Is going to be your stitching allowance that you have there, even if you made a mistake. But I'm not saying you should make a mistake. So go ahead and just take your time and join it. When you get to that point, you're losing the lining, like the first underlay of the lining, and then so that it will be easy for you to join. And this is what I have afterwards. I turn the down part of the skirt. I turn the skirt and join it to the upper part to have this, and I ironed it out. And you can see how cute it already coming out. And you can also see where I joined it, like where I turned the neckline, it's not affecting the princess seam line that I have there. If it's your first time, you just have to challenge yourself. If it was easier for me, trust me, I would have shown you why stitching it on the machine, but I couldn't do that. And I also finished up the back. I just folded the neckline. I didn't even use bias, I just folded it. And then I did the same thing for the illusion neckline, that's the lining. Then for the slit, what I usually do is to press open the seam I have on the center back, and then use these two gum, UHU gum and hemming gum, to finish up the slit this way. And when you turn it to the right side, it's looking that cute, and on the inside it's looking cute and neat too. So what I'm going to do now is to go ahead and join the shoulder. I'll place the back this way, then place the front on it, right side facing right side, then join it on the shoulder. And then after that, I will measure the sides, like start from down. I forgot to show you how to do that. Like you measure from down to the up, and if there is any excess, it's going to be on the armhole. Then you cut it out, the excess. Fix the sleeve. The sleeve is nothing serious, it's just something this that you see here. I used 2 yards of 2 nets to achieve that. And after that, I close the sides to have this. So this is what I was trying to explain. You measure the sides first, start from the down and measure to the up. There is no join a waist seam on the back, like the waist joining, so you don't have to worry about the waist. Just match it up from the down to the up, and then if there is any excess, it's going to be on the armhole area. You cut it off before you now fix your sleeve and possibly join the sides. So this will be the end of what tutorial today. I hope you gained something. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and I'll see you on my next one. Be good. Bye.